What's up, everybody? Welcome to a random pre recorded video. It's been a while since I've uploaded a pre recorded, but I think it's kind of time to do that, isn't it? And about a very specific subject, one that you guys keep asking me to do, and I kind of keep glazing over, so to speak, and that is Baphomet. You guys keep asking me about Baphomet and how to work with Baphomet and all of these things. And my reasoning, I suppose, behind it is to tell you guys, do it yourself. And I don't do that in a rude way. I do it because you need to build that relationship. You need to build that connection. But I suppose there's some validity behind the idea, like that it's somewhat hard when going into talk about or like working with like a new entity, a new deity. And I definitely would label Baphomet a deity, not just an infernal, not just an entity, but a deity. And one that goes way, way before the Knights Templar. I mean, that's kind of like the initial point where we kind of had an understanding, right, of what Baphomet was as far as his name. And I say he because for me, Baphomet presents as a he. So, you know, when you're work with Baphomet, could present as a she or could present as both. You know, it's kind of really depends on how Baphomet wants to present to you. So I suppose to start with, one of the things that I talk about a lot is I talk about the black tree of life and death and how the root system is the most powerful aspect of this. There's branches that branch all over the place, that go all over the place, and connect to different kind of, I suppose you could say, realms is what it connects to. Each branch is a different realm. It's a different plane of existence. It's all connected. It's all intertwined, but it's separate. The root system is where the seed started. Though we don't know where the seed came from or anything like that, we do know that Baphomet is part of that root system. Baphomet is like one of the original connections, and it's to say that Baphomet isn't the only connection. He's the only one we know of off the bat, right? And this is, you know, pre-Abrahamic, right? This goes before that. So, with that being said, when you work with Baphomet, you're working with the root system of that tree, the tree that you live on, the tree that you exist in, right? You're working with part of the root system, and that's a very deep and strong connection. But this is also why Baphomet is not one of the entities that you work with when you really want mundane, when you want kind of like mundane, I'm trying to figure out what the word is here. Baphomet isn't what you would go to work with if, you know, what you're doing is, you know, mundane work or what would be considered lower magic. There's nothing wrong with lower magic. It's just Baphomet's not the entity to do it with. And so how that plays out is Baphomet's pure gnosis. And it is balance. It is light. It is dark. It is the shadow. And it is learning how to better equip yourself to deal with the situations that you're going to be in. It is a situation or it is an entity that you work with that doesn't require you to ask for things. Because when you build that relationship, you get what you need without having to ask for it. Like things begin to align and you begin to realize that, yes, Baphomet's moving a hand, so to speak, but the work and the power comes from you. Now, Baphomet, I can trace Baphomet all the way back to the 4th century BCE, which would be the Goat of Mendes in Egypt. And that is it's funny. So the course that I'm doing, that starts on February 15th, which is kind of like just the opening of the Baphometic tradition, so to speak, kind of like opening up that door, right? And that's what I'm calling it. It is the Baphometic tradition. We learn that goats used to be revered in culture, in history. Goats were respected, and there was a reason for that. Especially if you go all the way back to like the Goat of Mendes, you're talking about, or Mendes, I suppose would be the correct pronunciation. I'm doing like a Spanish pronunciation. Mendes, I think, would be the proper pronunciation there. But you know what we're dealing with is a god that has existed for a very long time in a very similar format to Baphomet. And Baphomet's just kind of like the new name. And I say new very loosely because when Levi created the now popular image of Baphomet, that was a while ago. That was a long time ago. So new, but not so new, right? And Baphomet was kind of like this representation of it, kind of incorporating every aspect of the occult and the elements and magic and all of that, which is very appropriate for what Baphomet is. Baphomet is that all-encompassing aspect of what the occult is, and there's no getting around that, right? And so with the course that I'm going to be putting together, it's a live course. 6 seats, 6 people only. Want to keep it intimate, want to keep it, easy to kind of answer questions. As we go through, so we're going to go through a detailed history of all the goat forms that this deity has taken over the centuries. And then I will break down for you how to truly actually begin working with Baphomet. And that's what the course is going to be for. That's what this video is designed to do. This video is going to be kind of like, I'm putting this out there to kind of like let you guys hear what it's about, let you know what it's about, and just kind of, go from there, right? So, course, February 15th. You can email me, atiusdade@gmail.com if you want more info. You can look at the info on atiusdade.com or just go to atiusdade.setmore.com to book your seat. Okay, and if you are a member of the channel, you get 50% off. So it's taken me a little while to put this thing together. But yeah, I hope to see you guys there. So, as always, tell thy fucking self. Peace the fuck out.